show wishes he had salmon right now, and maybe he will after the visit. Our Chief of Police and Director of Police and Fire Services for the city, Elmer Hitt. Hi, Elmer.
Hey, Bart, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Belated National Police Week.
Yes, the National Law Enforcement Memorial Week was just recently, the 11th through the 17th of May is when it was this year officially, and we had our local law enforcement memorial for the County of Jackson last week, Wednesday, on the 11th, the first day of National Police Week. We had that right downtown here at the True Community Square. And National Police Week, that was actually 1962, is President Kennedy made a proclamation naming May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and that kind of morphed into the entire week, National Police Week, which is honored every year to pay tribute to those that were killed in the line of duty or died in the line of duty, serving their communities in our states and country.
I know you had to have a shortened or cut down version of this during the pandemic, but you're able to return it to its full public presentation.
Yep, this was the first year back in person downtown, and in 19 was our last in-person memorial, and shortly after the pandemic hit here, we did do that first year. We did a kind of an online version, recorded. We skipped it in 21 and then back at it this year. So,
yeah, and it's also neat. You guys in law enforcement and public safety cooperate daily, but this is another example of your cooperation in putting this event on. In fact, we have a clip with a couple of highlights that we'll take a look at. Leading things off is Sheriff Schutte.
During National Police Week, and frankly every other day of the year, we are working hard to ensure that law enforcement contributions and sacrifices are never forgotten. Your attendance and support brings comfort to those who have lost loved ones. We must never forget the commitment and courage of our law enforcement officers that are displayed on a daily basis to keep our community safe. Men and women, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, have placed their lives in service to our community, the communities of our nation.
We salute our Jackson law enforcement officers who have gone before us, and as their gallant service is cherished and never forgotten. To the husbands, wives, parents, children, siblings, friends, and fellow officers, all of those here today who have been touched by the lives we honor, you have been called upon to bear a special burden. And though there is no speech or ceremony that can ease your pain, no tribute or salute, today we join together in a memorial to honor their courage and to fill their hearts with our gratitude. They are forever bound together by an unbreakable bond of valor. They each gave, as President Lincoln said, the last full measure of devotion to the country we love so dearly. Though we may grieve, we must emphatically reject despair. Unlike most other careers, the brave men and women who embark upon a life in law enforcement know fully that they might one day be called upon to lay down their lives in the call of duty. Those we honor today made the choice willingly. Indeed, they embraced it, and that is why their ultimate sacrifice means so much.
Well, it's obviously an emotional event because you do have family members of those who have lost their lives in service. They get presented with a wreath, and I know that some of them travel quite far to be part of this.
Yeah, we had a good turnout from family members this year, and actually the first officer killed in the line of duty booth from 1906, I want to say. He had some family that was actually there this year, and following the ceremony, they came down to the police department and actually looked at, we have a historical room down there that they checked out, and it was pretty neat to see that. It's the first time in quite a while I know that some relative of his was able to attend.
It's obviously a dangerous job, and I think over the course of the pandemic, we got a new appreciation of how you guys put yourselves on the line and in the line every day. So we appreciate it.
Thank you.
So we got to have the services of JPD last night at the Rite of Silence.
Yes.
Thanks for offering your service to that.
Yeah, no, I was told there wasn't a lot of attendance.
It was a light crowd. In fact,
but
there might
yeah,
have been, there were probably more from JPD.
Probably, it sounded like, yeah, but no, it's good to participate in those types of events, and we frequently do. We're asked to assist with traffic control or leading a parade or a group, and our officers enjoy that different type of work.
Sergeant Crusoe is there.
There he is, Mike Crusoe. He's been a sergeant. He's still on probation, so he's got to behave his P's and Q's. Our new sergeants are on probation for a year in their first year upon being promoted, and but he's assigned to one of our night shifts right now, and he's doing a good job.
He is. In fact, I was surprised to see the sergeant stripes on his sleeve. I hadn't realized he was promoted. Congratulations. And he did a great job.
Good.
And it was 52 degrees, and he was there in short sleeves. And I said, "Aren't you cold?" And he said, "No, the vest and everything and the car, it's constantly hot." In fact, he said, "When you see Elmer tomorrow, could you ask him to get a higher powered air conditioning system in the patrol cars?"
Tell him no next time you see him. That's an easy answer.
Yeah, and plus, I guess, when you're constantly moving, but they had a lot of guys out there. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, I know some of our reserve officers who are volunteers, essentially, helped out last night and help out quite often with those types of events for us.
So you actually have quite a few new people, and I think I was talking to one of the wives of Scott Goings, who's one of your veterans, and he seemed to me like one of the young guys.
Yeah.
But you've had a lot of retirements, but that's opening up some opportunities.
It is, yeah. If you look at our seniority list, you have a handful of men and women kind of towards the top, maybe 10 or less, with 18 to 25 years on. And then you have a big gap and a lot of younger officers, that's five years and less that are on. And yeah, we just started 3 brand new police officers. They graduated the academy 2 Fridays ago, so
wow.
A week and a half ago. And they graduated from it was the 109th Mid-Michigan Police Academy up at Lansing Community College. Same academy I attended. I think I was the 62nd academy, so and it was 109 this year. But Brendan Irwin, Noah Simon, and Kayla Dean, who actually was one of our reserve officers, Kayla was, are the 3 that graduated the academy. And they started this week in their field training program, and that's roughly 4 to 5 months before they will be on their own. Mm-hmm. They're training with one of our field training officers for the next 4 or 5 months. And as long as they complete that successfully and no concern with them moving on to solo patrol, we call it, they'll be out there on their own, and probably near the end of the summer.
What's the state of the cadet program at JPD?
We're actually sorting through applications right now. Our posting closed about a week ago, and we are just the first step in the interview phase that'll be coming up here soon. And our hope is July 1 to hire, after July 1, the start of our fiscal year, fill 2 of our cadet positions. And those will be, those are very important to not only the work that they do, and they can alleviate some of the more minor types of things that our police officers currently have to handle. So it alleviates some of that work, gets them experience, but more importantly, it gives us a chance to look at them for a couple years while they attend classes at JC, and see if would be a good fit to send to the academy eventually and become an officer.
Nice. Also, I think the fire department, in similar situations, you've had a lot of veterans retire. In fact, your deputy chief, I think he means it this time. He's going to retire next year.
Yep, most likely 23. Read April 23 probably will be when he finally calls it quits. And he has over 40 years in the fire service, and I want to say about 35 years with the city. So he's been around a long time, and be a big blow when he leaves. That much experience walking out the door is not just the work experience, but the historical perspective of operations is significant. But we got a lot of younger guys and some people in some command positions right now that are really stepping up in the fire department, and the fire department's doing well. We're fully staffed right now. We just hired a new firefighter a few weeks ago, and that was our final spot under the SAFER grant that the city received, and moving forward.
Good. The summer, it's always your busy season. I think both for police and fire. We have not yet had the hot weather, but as soon as things heat up, it just goes hand in hand with hot weather. People are outside. It's your time.
Yep. You certainly get just more people out, people out and about, and I think this summer, kind of where we're at with the pandemic, I think we're going to see even more people out and about in the community, and it typically is, if you just look at calls for service in general, the summer months we do see an increase in the number of calls that we're responding to.
Yeah. All right. Well, be safe, be careful, and appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Our police chief and director of police and fire services for the city of Jackson, Elmer Hitt.